Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 01 of 1 back again, and we did a little bit of work. So I just replaced one of my small batteries with a large battery, so that's what that looks like. It did break the coating in here, but all I had to do was just change the D1 back to that. Super easy fix, so wasn't too worried about that. This is all updating properly. These batteries are absolutely huge, and I gotta make 3 more of them. Anyways, okay, so we have made some fuel. We've got some, and I made a couple small changes in here too. Not really huge changes. So I do have, oh good, that's done. Okay, good. I just put a ton of volatiles in here, and so I just have them all just kind of going into here. So yes, we have 2.74 megapascals of that again, so that's good. The change I made is to put this back here. And so this is just connected directly into the line here. So I can only put volatiles in here. But when you crush the ice for the volatiles, the only thing it makes is volatiles. So there's really no reason to send it through this whole thing to like sort it out. So I mean, it's just, I don't know, just I thought it would just be easier that way. So in case, you know, I ever decide to make more volatiles again, it should be relatively easy to do. Right, so there's that. I think everything else is good to go. I planted a tomato, it died, and I realized the reason for that is because I don't have enough carbon dioxide in there. So that kind of sucks. So before I run out of food, I gotta fix the gas mix in there. But before I do that, we gotta go up here and see if we can get our rocket running again, so that way we can get some more stuff. Okay, so we have, like, nothing in here has really changed. I did take that apart and put it back in there, and that seemed to reset it, so I think we're good there again. I did fill this up with fuel, so we've got enough to get this thing going again. So, without further ado, we're just going to launch it. So, there it goes. There's a little rocket, good to go. Okay, so now we just have to make sure that it's doing what it needs to do. So we're 4 here. And we should start mining. But it looks like we're not mining. Okay, so that means that the mining thing is broken again. It's not great. Okay, so then this is just a waste of fuel then. Okay, so I gotta figure out what's going on with that and why the mining isn't starting for whatever reason. I mean, I could put in like a manual switch or something in here just to make it start mining. Question is, could I get that done fast enough before it comes back? I mean, maybe, possibly. Okay, so I'm gonna need a writer and a logic writer, that is. So logic writer, so that's gonna be in out, and I'm also gonna need a switch. Okay, so there's that. And now we'll go to the switch. We'll get one of these. Okay, now if I'm lucky, I can get this thing in there and built before that thing runs out of fuel. If I'm not lucky, it's not going to work. Okay, so first things first, we need this lever. And we're going to rotate it to go down here, I guess. And then I need to put this thing on down here as a writer. Oh, I'm not going to be able to set that, am I? No, it's too far down. Okay. I mean, I could set it up over here, right? What are we at, 16? Okay, so, I mean, it's not working, which is not great. I suppose the only thing I can do is put it back here, maybe? Could we do it like this? Now, this is just temporary. This is not meant to be any kind of permanent solution here. But that can go here. And then that needs to be there. That can go there. That can go there. And that can go there. Okay, so now, oh, that's a wrong thing. That can go here. That needs to be a writer. Okay. So we're going to take in from the lever here. We're going to output this to the mining module, and we're going to put this into probably mode. 980. Is that going to start it mining at all? No. So it's not mode. Activate. No, I'm expecting that to update. Apparently that's not it either. Oh wait, no, I have to turn this on. There we go. Okay, now we're actually mining something. Now that should send everything back as soon as it hits 500. We have 6 stacks. It doesn't necessarily mean they're full stacks. They could just be small little bits. Okay, now that should be sending it back. Good, and we got 10 stacks at the very least, so we did get something. Now we should see it coming in, hopefully. I mean, it says it's on its way back, so. Yep, there it is. Here we go. Okay, so that seems to work. And then we wrote this to the ice mining module, taking in from here, and we wrote that to activate. Okay. Okay, so now that that's back, we can open that, and that should drop all of that off. Apparently this thing doesn't want to update anymore. Oh, right. Does that have to be on to go in? Yes, okay. All right, so we did manage to get some stuff. So what I want to do is we're just going to open up the silo and then just kind of drill it all out as quickly as we can. So this will be fun. Oh, no, 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 no. Here we go. It's working, sort of, kind of. Okay. We got it. All right. That was interesting, to say the least. Okay, but, I mean, we got some stuff, right? So that's good. We got some water ice here. We got some nitrice, more volatiles, and a little bit of oxide. So that's good. I'm very much okay with that. So we'll throw that back in here. We'll throw the volatiles into the ice crusher, and we'll just kind of throw that directly in there. And then everything else, we could potentially just throw into the other crusher. So we could throw like the oxides and the nitrice into that crusher, and then we can put that into that crusher, and then this we can put into that crusher, and then this will just have all of that fun stuff in there, so that'll be good. All right, and then the volatiles will just go directly into the volatiles, and I don't have to worry about that at all. So that's good. Okay, so I wonder if I have to set the activate to 0 first and then change it to 1. I'm not quite sure, or maybe it's not catching in my coding. That could be too. But we'll just kind of see what we can come up with. Just kind of throw that in there for now, close that because reasons. All right, so we're going to take a look at this again. And then I want to import from here because I think the laptop has something different in there. So we're going to import. Now we can edit. All right, now we pause the game. Okay. So just need to check through everything. So all of this seems to be set up correctly. So the mining module, LED for mode, minables, and fuel. Okay, so let me just check to make sure that those are all set up correctly. So automation module, mining module, mode, minables, and fuel. Okay, so that seems to be good. Then we have all of these things being set. We have our modes here. Okay. And then this is just putting everything out to the LEDs. So that all seems to be working so far. And then we're also putting this out. So the mining module and then mode. Okay, so we're loading this into our mining. That's the mode. Okay, so it's just kind of like storing it into our mining. All right. So that should update if we're mining or not, right? So if we're mining, that should be our mining should become a 1. If we're not mining, our mining should become a 0. Okay. And then okay, and then branch if equal to our mode R5. Okay, so that, yeah, if we're on the way back, don't do anything. If our fuel is low, go into emergency mode. And then if not, if all of this thing is fine, then we go into mining mode. Okay. So branch if equal to our mode 4, and we go into mining. Okay. So that's that. Okay, so branch if equal to our minables is 0. So if there are no minables, we want to move, right? And then let's see, branch if equal to our mining reg 1. Okay, so if we're mining, don't do anything. Okay. And that just sends it right back. And then the move mode is here, so that's fine. And then if we have minables, and if we're not currently mining, then we want to tell it to mine, right? So branch if equal to our minables reg 0, we want to move to mine. Okay. And then the move, we're all fine there. Okay, so I think it's just in here that we're having the issue. Okay, so let's mining module activate reg 0. So we're just going to set it to 0, and we're going to set it to 1, and we're going to see if that will do anything. We'll hit confirm, and then we'll export that, throw that into there. That shouldn't have any issues, I don't think. Pick that up for now, throw it back in here. Okay, so it hasn't come up with any issues, so that's good. All right, so now we need to fill this up with some fuel. I should probably make some more fuel, actually. Hang on. I mean, I should have enough of the oxides and the hydrogen now. Okay, so there's our fuel mixer. Now we can just kind of check this out. Okay, good. So we have lots of pressure, which means that we're getting, yeah, so this is working out pretty well then. All right, so we'll let that go and kind of build up a little bit. How's our coal doing? We could add some more coal, I suppose. Okay. Good. Okay, so coal is stocked back up again. All right, and then we'll take a look at our fuel situation. How are we doing? We're almost at 2 megapascals. Good. Okay, so we'll just let that build up a little bit, and then we should be able to fill up our tank again. Okay, so let's set that up. That should fill up fairly quickly now. Yeah. The more pressure you have, the faster it'll fill up. And then we just kind of just drained everything out. That was quick. I mean, it's still going up pretty fast though, so that's good. We'll stop at like 3,000 again. So it's 800, 900. That's about 3,000, right? Okay. So now we've got that kind of set up again, and I do have this available now, so we can actually, you know, come out fuel positive. I guess we launch it again. Okay, so there goes that. It's going to its thing. It is en route. Minables, apparently it's already found something. We need to wait for this to go into mode 4. Now this should do something, but it is not. Okay, so then we'll just get this going like this, I guess. Try to get at least, you know, some amount of stuff. And then I'm thinking that something in my logic within there is not jiving properly. Because otherwise it should just start mining automatically, but it's not. So I'm kind of wondering about that. And of course the fact that it is mining now means that there's nothing wrong with the rocket itself. So that's pretty easy to do, or pretty, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. We have a, okay. So now we're traveling to the new area. Okay. Okay. And that did its switch like right away. Okay, so now we've arrived. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely something wrong with my logic, because that should just start up right away. But the move does work, so that's good. Now, is that going into... Yeah, I mean, obviously, if this is working, right, then we know that this is hooked up properly. The mining module right there. Okay. So I just have to try to figure out what the issue is. And I'm not really sure. I mean, we have to obviously wait for it to come back, but... I mean, the logic up to the point of needing to move works, right? And then everything in the move subroutine works as well. So we know that's good. Okay, now we've gone back to here. Okay, but now we're not moving. Okay, so this is the same thing that was happening with the logic circuits that I was doing earlier, way earlier. Okay, so we're just kind of stuck here. And I think the reason for this is because we're not resetting activate, or we're not changing it to something else, right? So we set a 2 into activate, right? And then that stays in there until we clear it, right? So I got to figure out. Now, when we go to move and go home, like it's going to change the activate from a 2 to a 5. So that registers a change, which should then update the mode. But if we put in a 2 for activate for the first move, and then, I mean, I think we have to change it to like a 4 or something. Like as soon as we change it to a 2 and get it to like move, then we have to change it back to a 4 or something like that. But I mean, I need, like, how quickly does that, I mean, it should be instant, right? Like as soon as it registers a change. So, yeah, I'll have to tweak that ever so slightly. And then I wonder if that might also be the issue with the well, no, because I did change that to a 0 and then back to a 1. So, I mean, you would think that that would make that work, but okay, so now it's coming back. Okay, so it did register that change, so that's good. And I should probably get ready for all of the ice that's going to be coming in. So let me just swap these out. Wait, no, this one. Oh, that's a backpack, right. This would have to go there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so just got to make sure that is closed. Okay. We will open up the lever for the silo. That should be dumping everything into there. Good. And we're actually getting a fair amount of ice now, so that's good. So the issue is that we couldn't get it to move again, which means we need to like reset the activation to something else, right? So maybe set it back to a 0. But I wonder if that's going to cause an issue. I mean, I suppose there's really only one way to know, and that's to actually try it out. So, all right, well. And then I'm just taking everything out of here, so that's good. The nitrice decided to disappear, so that's not good. And I think all of this is going to the backpack right now, so that's why we're not seeing anything. There's a lot of ice coming out of here. Okay, so that should be it. Good to go. Down to 0. All right, now we will check this. Wow, we picked up a lot. Cool. Okay, good. This makes me happy. All right, so we have to do something with all of that. That's going to be interesting. But I think we don't really have to worry too much about gases anymore, so that's good. I'll throw all the volatiles in there right away because, you know, we can always use those. The ice, or the water ice. Yeah, calm down. Okay, so that should be it for the volatiles. And then they're never going to make it into there, so that should make this whole thing a little bit easier. We'll do that, and the nitrogen, and probably CO2, and a little bit of nitrous oxide in there as well. Okay, so now we're going to drink real quick, and I'm going to see if I can try to figure out how to make this thing work properly. Hydration critical. Alright, so there's that. There's our food. Alright, that's good. Okay, so now hopefully it'll leave us alone for a little bit. And then all of this other stuff I'm gonna have to put, I don't know, somewhere. Alright, so that can go there, just to make sure. Then I have to watch the pressure inside of here because we are going to be putting in quite a lot of pressure, but there should be no explosions or anything. Looks like we have enough pressure in there to turn all of the liquid nitrous oxide into liquid. So that's good. So I'll throw some more of that in there. Okay, so we have condensation happening in the pipe. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Sir? Okay, so that can go there. This can go here. I just want to make sure the stress. Okay, so we are at 10% stress. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay, and then we'll just throw in some more of this. that is actually increasing the stress, but that's probably because it's forcing all of the nitrous oxide to condense. But I mean, that should be fine. We have a lot of water ice, and I'm gonna have to do something about that. Need like a large storage container for that or something. Okay, so we are slowly draining out the nitrous oxide, so that's good. I guess we can just kind of toss that in there. We're gonna have to be careful about how much more nitrice we put in here, because I don't want the stress to get too much to the point where it actually busts something. So we'll put in this 50 and see where we go for stress. Looks like it didn't do anything for stress. Okay. Well, put another one. Okay. There we go. I mean, I think we're going to be okay. I mean, 19% stress, that's like nothing. I mean, it's not nothing, obviously, but... Okay. So we'll leave that for now. I think we're fine. And then we'll see what we have in here. So we're at 10 liters in there. Let's see what we got in here. 40 degrees. Okay, so that seems to be doing fairly well. That is chucking all the stuff into here, so that's good. Yeah. I'd say that's pretty good. Okay. So we'll leave that for now. I suppose I probably should check. Okay, 79%, that's not bad. All right. I'll take this and we'll dump it into the nitrous oxide tank over there. And then hopefully we can get the cooling in there to work. Right now I turned off the Stirling engines because they weren't really doing what they needed to do. So kind of is what it is, right? Okay, so we have 192 moles of liquid nitrous oxide in here, so that's good. Pressure is, I mean, the temperature is pretty high in here. What is that in Celsius? Like, yeah, 59.4 degrees C. But I mean, that's what the room is too, so that should be fine. 5 liters in the pipe, so that's good. How are we doing in here? Okay, so that's back to just being gas. So that's fine. All right. And then the room is slowly cooling. Not the fastest thing in the world, but you know what? It's fine. I mean, it should be cooling more, but I'm not going to argue with it. All right. How are we doing in here? 25 megapascals in here. Good to go. We do have some liquid in the pipe. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, so long as everything is just kind of doing what it needs to do, I think we're fairly good. So that'll be good. And then I just want to make sure there's no... Okay, there is pollutants in here, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. All right. Okay, and then these are probably doing fairly good, right? Yeah, 1.62 megapascals of that, and we're still making fuel with all of this too, so keep that in mind. I should probably check our fuel just to make sure that it's good. This probably doesn't need to be on right now. Okay, so 25% on the battery. What do we got here? 2.61 megapascals of fuel. That's good. And we're still making more, so I'm good with that. How's our coal? Coal is looking good. All right. I really have to do something with all of this ice. Because, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, we gotta try to figure out, like, what's going on with our coding first. So I think that's what we have to focus on at the moment. Okay. So if we do this and then rotate it that way and then put that in there, open it up. Okay, so that can go into here. All right, so now we can edit, pause the game. Okay. Okay, so I kind of want to know like how activate is supposed to work, right? So if we put in something in activate, does it just stay there? So like, for example, if I were to change this to mode 2 and then immediately change it to mode, I don't know, 0 or something, like that should, I mean, I can try it, right? Okay, so we immediately set it back to 0 once we do that. So if we do our first move, we'll set it to 2, which should tell the automation module to move. And then we'll immediately set the activate back to 0. So, and then I was kind of trying to do the same thing here, but this mining mod doesn't seem to want, well, I mean, I have to know that it's getting in here. So like, is there like a button or like a sound that I can make this thing make so I know if it gets there? Or does it just, I mean, there probably isn't anything like that, right? I don't even know where to look for that. So like if it makes it to that part of the function, I just want it to like beep or something, right? Because then I'll know if my logic is correct or not. But I don't think there's anything like that in here. Nor, not, or, peak. No, pop. No. Push. No. Store. Batch store. Select. No. Sequence. Sleep. Nope. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here like that. So no, that's not gonna work. I mean, how do I tell this to let me know if it made it to this point? Because I mean, this should tell this thing to turn on, right? So mining mod activate reg 0. So as soon as it moves, it should set this back. So it should make this whole thing like moot, right? We shouldn't need to do that. But I'm wondering if there is something else. Mining module. Okay, so we have setting, which is read or write. Variable, depending on the device. You see, but it doesn't tell me like how this particular device uses it. It just tells me what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go and check on the wiki again. Okay, let's see, data parameters. So it says that, according to the wiki, I need to set the activate, right? Sets the mode of the module, set to 0 to stop mining or 1 to begin mining. Mining should only occur when the automated rocket automation module's mode variable is 4 and the collectible goods variable is 1. Yeah, that's what I'm checking for. So, I mean, it's proper, but it's like it's not actually doing what I wanted to do, right? And then let's see, so we can write to lock, we can write to mode. What does mode do? According to the wiki, mode is unknown. We don't know what it does. Like how? If it's here, it does something, right? And then we have a mode 0 and we have a mode 1. So I think that means mining, well, not mining and then mining. So I'm wondering if we have to write to the mode for this. I mean, I could try it, right? And if nothing else, I can just tell it to, you know, mine manually. But I mean, it's supposed to go to activate, at least according to the wiki, unless the wiki's wrong, which is always possible. Okay, so our mining mod mode. Okay, so I mean, we're pulling this anyways, right? Unless instead of pulling from the mode here, we pull from activate. And that'll tell me if this is, I don't know, let's just try that real quick. It seems like something stupid, but we'll try it anyways. Okay, so if mode isn't what I think it is, and it's actually activate, that tells me if it's mining or not, then it would make more sense to pull activate on here rather than mode. So we will confirm that, we will export that. Throw that back in there. Any errors? I'll just kind of close that for now. No, it does not look like we have any errors. Okay. So let's fill it up. And we'll go up to, I don't know, what, 3,000 again? We'll see if that works. 9,000. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and go. Good, okay. One other thing that I want to check here is, okay, so when we're telling it to move, right? Okay, so I already put that in there. So we're setting it to 2, and then we're immediately setting it to 0 right after. And then the next time that it comes here, because it's at a 0 and we're telling it to update to a 2, that should make it do whatever, right? So we'll throw that back in here. I didn't change anything, so there shouldn't be any issues. We'll just kind of throw that in here for now. Okay, I guess we try it again. We have our trusty backup right here if we need it. Should I turn that off for now so it's not constantly writing? Probably a good idea, right? Okay, so we'll do this. We'll set it off again. Okay, so we are traveling. And then once we hit 4 and there's minables, we should see the cargo go up. Okay, so that wasn't it either then. Okay. Well, then we're going to manually do this. So, for some reason, I don't understand why, it doesn't seem to want to start mining. So I'm wondering if, I mean, the logic should be fine, right? So I mean, that's all of our stuff kind of moving around, right? So we've got our mode, minables, fuel, cargo, like it's all, like all the displays are working properly, right? But I just can't get it to do, okay, so now that moved it. All right, so we'll move that back. So we're in progress to the location, next location. Okay, now we have arrived. Cargo, okay, so mine still hasn't started mining, so we'll start mining again. Okay, so that seems to work using this, but I can't seem to make it work in the IC coating. I might have to look at how other people have done their coding and see if mine's similar. I mean, I would assume it would have to be similar. Okay, now the other thing that I am curious about is once we exhaust this particular mining spot, will it move again? Now, what happened when we went into the move, it changed the activate to the automation module to a 2, and then immediately after that it changed. Okay, good. So we did move again. Okay, so that seemed to fix that, so that's good. Now we're en route to the next place. We have arrived. Okay, we're gonna mine again. Okay, so the movement from one place to another seems to be working. It's just we can't seem to get it to start mining. Okay, and we're moving again. Okay, so the movement definitely has been fixed. All right. We have arrived. Okay. Mining up again. It's like this should be automatic, right? And I don't know. I'm just very, very confused about why it's not working as it should be working. Okay, and we're moving again. And we have arrived. Good. Start mining again. Okay. And then where are we pushing this out to? So that's the mining module, and we're pushing it out to activate, right? And then we should be heading back home soon. Looks like it uses about 15 fuel every second, roughly. Okay, and that should send us home. Yep, and we're on our way back home. Okay. All right, so we got 78 stacks that time. That's a lot. Wait, okay, no, 6 means that we've arrived. Okay. It scared me for a second when it popped on to 6, but it's not 6 that's lost, it's 7 that's lost. So that's good. We got a rocket back. We have a lot of cargo, so we'll just kind of empty that out. All right, so it's just a lot going on at the moment. And I still don't know why this isn't working the way that it should be working. You know what I mean? At the very least, I don't have to worry about ice anytime soon. I mean, like, just like 76 stacks. That's a lot. It's a lot of ice. Now, granted, a lot of it's probably going to be water ice, which I can't really do anything with at the moment, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's actually taken a long time to remove out of that too. Okay, so where are we in our video length? We're at 44 minutes. Okay. So, man. I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong in my coding or in my understanding of what needs to go on with this rocket? Okay, so mean, this should be the line here, right? So we're setting the mining module, the activate, to a 1. That's exactly what I'm doing with the switch. But so I wonder, mining, okay, so that's checking the activate, right? Unless I have to make the activate like a 0. I mean, I could try it, right? So we can set our, automod, mining mod. And we want to set activate to reg 0. But I feel like this should be done way before any of this stuff is done. Okay, so we'll cut that out of there, and we'll put that up here. Okay. Now that should load, basically we're just loading this with this, but we're setting it first. So we're setting our mining mod activate to 0, and then that gives us our mining register. It's telling us if we're mining or not. And then we're checking that, so that should immediately put that in there as a 0, but here's the issue. I can't do that because if we are mining, I don't want to deactivate the mining. So then that would have to go like up here before we even get into the main loop. So that would be, I mean, there's not really a place to put that. I mean, I can put it there, I guess. Set default values. Okay, so then if we have that and we set this thing to a 0 immediately, and then this will read that, and then if it's already at a 0, when we tell it to activate down here, with the mining mod, actually no, that's with this one, we're going to set the mining mod activate to register 1, which is just holding a 1 in there. And then if branch if equal to, okay, so if we're already mining, go back to main. If we're not already mining, but there are minables to mine, go to mine. And then mine tells us to set this to activate, so we start the mining. Okay, we'll just confirm, export, we'll throw that back in there. Yeah, we'll just, I don't know, do it this way, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this up with just 1,000 fuel, if I can catch it fast enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000. Okay, good. And that way we do just a little short trip, but we're not going to be pulling in too much stuff. I just want to see if this thing will mine without us doing this at all. So let's try that. So it should have already set the activate on the mining module to a 0. So when we get to the point where it's checking if it's equal to, you know, if this is 4 and this is 1, it's still not doing it. Oh, oops, that was still open. My bad. Okay, so that's, oh, right, and then that has to go here. Okay. So for some reason, I can't tell it to start mining via the IC code. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna have to investigate some other code that other people have done and see if they did something different. Hopefully I can find some people's code online. And then we should be heading back very shortly. Yep, there we go. And we're heading back. We got 12 stacks. That's better than 70 something, especially if we're just trying to test stuff. Okay, so I have to do some research. I'm gonna go and do that, and then I guess while I'm doing that, there's no reason for you guys to watch me read, right? So I will end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hope you'll join me for the next one, where hopefully I'll have this thing figured out. But until then, have a good one.